The first hand of today's session, the game is deuce to seven triple draw. We started the session six-handed. We open deuce 3-5 from under the gun, cut off calls, and the big blind decides to 3-bet. Both cut off and I call, and big blind draws 1. The cutoff and I both draw 2. The big blind bets, and we look down at 2 bricks. We call again, hope to improve to a 1-card draw. The cutoff also comes along.
2-2.
The big blind now stays pat, and we catch an 85 draw. Now, if the big blind had a 1-card 7 draw to start and catch an 8 or 9, he will stay pat here. So we decide to continue with an 85 draw, and we break the river, so folds to his bet, and the big blind shows a wheel. Okay, now in this second hand, the game is again deuce to 7 triple draw. Under the gun opens, we defend big blind with deuce 5-6. We both draw 2. We catch an 8, improve to a 1-card draw. We decide to lead. The under the gun calls. We draw 1 and he draws 2. We catch the best card for us, which is a 3, and we make an 86. We lead again, and the under the gun calls. Now on the last draw, we both stay pat. I fire the river again, and now the undergun player thinks for a while and eventually decides to pay us off. And after the hand, he shows an 87. So pretty standard hand, and we got an extra street of value in the end. Now on to our third hand. The game is yet again deuce to 7 triple draw. Fold to us on the button. We look down at 3, 4, 7, 8. Decide to open both small and big blind calls. Small big blind both draw 2 and checks dark. I put out a bet on the flop,
Like these past 2 days.
and they both come along. Now with 2 more draws to go, we cannot stay pat with a 10. And on the second draw, all 3 of us draw 1 card.
Keep giving rounds, let me know.
Check. Since they both drew 1 and we break the turn, we check back. On the river, we each draw 1 again.
9 or 10.
And we look down at a 4-side river, so it's either a 9-8 or 10-8. You can argue for a thin value bet here, but we decide to just check back. And we win the pot with our 98. Now the fourth hand here, again, deuce to 7 triple draw. We open hijack with a 1-card 86 draw big blind defense. He draws 3, we draw 1, we bet dark. He calls, and on a second draw, we both draw 1. He checks, and we look down at a 9.
You want on this one, or you want on one of those?
And a 9 is a massive favorite against a 1-card draw, assuming he does draw 1. We bet the turn, he calls, and he draws 1.
Pat.
We pat. Now on the river, he leads. Now against this lead versus our uncapped range, we just have to fold because we're never folding a good 8.
No.
And we will raise him with a 7, so his lead has no bluffs. We make a standard fold here. Now this next hand, again, deuce 7 triple draw. We open under the gun with deuce 4 8.
3-bet? Thank you.
The big blind comes along. On the first draw, we both draw 2.
Oh, I have to bet, Chris.
And I catch 9-7 right away, make a 98 low.
And I'm going to pat.
Now, because our 98 is so rough, even we improve to 87, it's still rough. We decide to pat with our 98. And on the turn, he draws
fold.
1 and check calls. On the river, he draws 1. We stay pat again.
Don't give him a no side, right?
He check, we check back.
He likes the ace, he likes the deuce or 3.
And we dodge this draw, and our 98 takes down the pot. Now this next hand is another hand of deuce 7 triple draw. Under the gun opens and small blind calls, and we're in the big blind looking down at 2, 4, 5, 8. We decide to 3-bet with our 1 card smooth 8 draw. And on the first draw, small blind draws 2. We draw 1. Under the gun razor draws 2.
The next hand, no. That's good.
We fire dark. They both call. And on the second draw, the small blind and under the gun both draw 2 again. We draw 1. Now at the time, I didn't realize that they were drawing 2. I was involved in a table conversation here, or else this is supposed to be a mandatory bet. We make a mistake and check.
But he flies out this morning.
Give both of them a free draw.
Yeah.
Now it turns out the small blind will draw into a 7. And on the last draw, all 3 of us draw 1. Small blind make a 97 and leads. We make 86, pondering whether we should raise or just flat call. In the end, we decide to just flat the river. And we takes down the pot. Played fairly bad on the turn, not paying attention to the drawn cards, but we got bailed out on the river. Okay, in this next hand, the game is best. Limp to us in the big blind, we check our option, looking down at 3, 7, 9, jack, queen.
I need a moment to read the board.
The flop comes out ace, king of hearts with a 5 and 10, 6 of hearts with a deuce. We have a 3, 7 low draw on both boards.
Okay, I have a 9 high straight and a 7.
Pretty bad, but we do have a jack high flush draw.
3 low on the top.
And we call and check down to the river, and we win the pot with a 9 high straight, and also scoop with a 3, 7 low. However, in the big blind here, we just decide to check the river out of position, don't want to value on ourselves. And we win a small pot in best.
I don't know what's going on. I'm on.
Now the next 2 hands are both Badugi. In this one, we open cutoff with the ace 5. The big blind 3-bets us. We call. Obviously, the ace 5 open is served more as a steal, but I guess we have to battle. Big blind draws 1 and we draw 2. She bets dark, pretty standard, and we look down at a queen doogie, so we decide to raise. And she 3-bets us back. She's obviously signifying a pad hand, but our 7 might be good if we make it, and only cost us 1 small bet to continue, so we call and pitch the queen of clubs. She bets and we brick, so we fold, and she shows us 2, 3, 4, 5, a 5 doogie, a monster. So we lose this handing Badugi. Now this next hand of Badugi is one of the most interesting in this session. Cutoff opens at small blind defense, and we also defend with deuce 5 in the big blind. We improve to a 3-card 5 here. And check call. And then on the turn we catch the ace of hearts, which improve us to a better 3-card 5. And on the turn, since everybody is drawing 1, we decide to lead, with the plan being that if it's heads up, we're just going to stay pat and bluff the river. But the small blind now comes along too, and we want to realize our equity in the 3-way hand. So we decide to continue drawing. And our decision obviously affects what card the cutoff catches. And she bets the river. Now he tanks for a little while and decides to fold.
No, I made the wrong decision.
Now this next hand is Ari. It's Archie with a community card that I can only use for high. And for this hand, the community card is 4 of diamond. We look down at 3, 5, 6 on the button, and it's folded to us, so we decide to open. Both small and big blind calls. Small blind draws 4, big blind draws 1, and we draw 2. Now, most likely the big blind that draws 1 is on a low draw. You could argue for a flush draw as well, since this is RE. Anyway, after the first draw, the big blind decide to lead. And we look down at ace 3, 5, 6. We decide to call with our 6 low draw and an open ender, 3, 5, 6 with the community card 4. Small blind also calls. Now, on the turn, the small blind draws 4. A big blind also draws 1, but this could be for deception as she already has a high hand made. Obviously, we put her on a high hand if she bets and draw 1. So we feel fairly comfortable with our 8 low. However, we don't know what small blind is drawing to. This could be a mistake, but since we have 2 draws to go, we decide to pitch our 8. Hopefully we can catch our 8 outs for open ender. And we look down at a 3 side, but it's an 8 again. And this time when they check to us, we value bet our low. As small blind calls, so does big blind. Now on the last draw, small blind decides to draw 4. Again, probably going for a Hail Mary of some sort, and the big blind draws 1. We stay pat with our 8 low, and they both check. We show down our 8, good for half the pot, and it turns out that the big blind for 2 pair for high, and we chop the pot with the big blind.
86 low.
Okay, this last hand of the session is again the game of Ari, and it's linked to us in the big blind. We look at 3-5-6, with the community card also being a 6. We draw 2 on the flop and catch a deuce. Everybody checks the button, and button decides to bet, and everybody calls the flop. And remember, this is a link pot, so no one should be that strong. Anyway, on the second draw, we catch our dream card, which is the 4, to make straight 6. So we have a 6 low for low and a straight for high. And being second to act, we decide to lead ourselves instead of check raising the button. And after our lead, the next 2 player folds, and the button decides to put in the flat call. Small blind also folds. So heads up going into the river. We both stay pat, and I put out another bet on the river. He pays us off with, if I recall correctly, a 7 low. So that means on the first draw he drew 2 and make a 7 low. Couldn't really go anywhere because I could be on high, and we got lucky and scooped this RE pot to end our session.